All right. Hey, folks. This is David Hogan, Angela DeMarco. This is a really bad frame for her because her face is kind of cut off over there. Hey,
Hi.
thanks. You'll get to see her through this camera that's still rolling. We are doing a lighting test. I want to just bring up a few things about color. We do not have our typical... This is fluorescent lights that are above my camera. Not quite as flattering. They're coming from above. They're not frontal. Usually we want to get a little more light into the eyes, and that's why this ring light is nice. As you will see in the iPhone video that's also recording, you'll get to kind of see what the ring light can do, and I'm also going to play and talk about white balance and AEAF lock, which is a function of the iPhone. Okay, here we go. Now, direct your attention to this lens. Right now, as mentioned, there are two light sources, the ring light and the overhead light. Right now the camera is recording with the iPhone's camera that was built in, and I'm just going to increase the power of the ring light. Angela's going to let me know when things get so intense as far as brightness that she doesn't like it. How are things so far?
I love the light.
That doesn't hurt your eyes?
No. That's pretty intense.
Bring it down just a little bit.
That's good.
So that's good. Now this is two light sources. The light above her and the light in front of her. And the camera's on automatic white balance. It's the camera app, so it is automatically white balancing. You'll see there's some shadowing on the backdrop, and I believe that is because I have a big old soft box here that is actually interfering with the light that's coming from above. So let's move it.
Oh, there we go.
Because I'm trying to replicate something that looks like what you might be experiencing at your home in your setup. You might have a combination of light sources, meaning you may have a ring light or you might have soft boxes. And if you're incorporating natural light, there's no natural light in here, right? This is a closed space. There's no windows. At your home, you might have a combination of light sources, and you need to know how to master your light in your situation. Now I'm going to just turn off the overhead lights, and we're going to see what that looks like on the iPhone. How do you know it's dramatic?
I can feel it.
So the light behind her is like gone.
Woo!
Gone. There's like, it's completely dark back there. So now what we're going to do, we're going to increase light volume from, how far away is the light from you right now? Reach out your hand. Can you touch it?
I cannot touch it.
Barely though, almost.
Yeah, I could, like if I stretch, boom, just touching it. But
She can almost touch
basically
it.
an arm's length away.
So a ring light wants to be fairly close for it to work well. And you can see that sci-fi ring light showing up in her pupil. What is the black part of the eye called?
The pupil.
The pupil, right? And obviously you can see in this, now which is totally, we're just in Shadowland over on this camera. I mean, it looks kind of neat, but obviously we have no light except this. So you can see how things are getting different right away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the intensity or the power of the ring light and see how much Angela can stand, because obviously we need to light up that backdrop.
I might self-combust, we'll see.
That backdrop, it can't be that dark.
Okay.
I mean, your skin looks good, but the backdrop is nuts. Here we go.
Oh my gracious.
Does that hurt your eyes?
It's pretty bright.
It's bright, and it's really not putting much light back behind you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play with, I'm going to use the overhead lights combined with this ring light, and we're going to play with the AEAF lock and see if that makes us any happier. I believe I can get that function going.
I didn't know I was going to be a model today.
Well, now you know. AEAF lock is now on. So what this allows me to do is with my hand, with my finger, I can change, and already I like that better. When I hit the lock button, in my opinion, she was a bit overexposed, so I adjusted. Now, I'm going to try increasing the power on the ring light. So now we see she is getting overexposed, but the light is increasing on the backdrop. So what we have here is I'm focusing mostly on the actor's face and the intensity or the quality of the light on the actor's face. Now, Angela, if you'll just remain there for me. Gray or blue are really your only two options when it comes to the backdrop. And this particular shade of blue if I was working in this setup with this light and those lights, I might even get a lighter shade of blue, because right now, looking at the iPhone, I like the exposure on her face, but I want a little bit more, I want more brightness behind her. Let's talk about another thing we can do. You know what else we can do, Angela?
What?
We can get this ring light closer to that backdrop, can't we? Because, do you have room to step backwards?
Yes.
Let's take some steps back. One more step. There we go. Now, put your arm back out where it was so I can approximate the same distance. Mm-hmm. How's that feel? About the same spot?
Yeah.
Cool. Frame is good. Intensity of the light hasn't changed, but I could just bring it down a little bit. And without a side-by-side comparison, meaning I don't exactly remember exactly how bright that blue was, I can guarantee that now the blue behind her is more illuminated because the light source of the ring light is closer. Cool? So now not only is she lit up as she was a moment ago, but the backdrop is a little bit brighter, which is more appropriate.
Spooky darkness. Oh, not so bad.
So not quite as bad. Still a bit on the moody side. It's too dark.
For maybe a dramatic indie audition?
I don't know. It's just a bit dark. Because what we're doing here is, even if I adjust the brightness with the AEAF lock function, it just exposes everything. So I want the background brighter, but your face is lighter than the blue, and so you just get blasted, which is just not flattering. Cool? Cool. That's with AEAF lock off, which I don't like. I like a little more control. So I put it on, and then I can manipulate things. And what we've just found out is we need more light than just the ring light to make a pleasant video audition. Cool. So that's all I have for today, y'all. The next test we will do will be with soft boxes.
Ooh.
And we'll show you that stuff next time. And I might also play with an app that allows me to manipulate color inside the app, so I'm not doing any editing in post. Because to my eye, when I look at Angela's face with my eyeball, and then I look at Angela's face on the screen, the color temperature is a bit different. In your eyes are so weird. Ooh. Let me show you. Let's switch spots. You can see them. It looks so bizarre. Sorry, you're gonna have to see my face for a minute.
Oh, wow.
Can you see them in my eyes?
Oh, it's kind of cool though.
I mean, it's cool, but I like these. I like this light because you can travel with it.
Yeah.
But even this intensity, you're right. It's bright. It's bright. It's on the. If it was any brighter, I wouldn't like it. But
yes.
it can go a lot brighter. Like, crank it up.
Yeah.
You can see how much brighter this thing goes, and that's like terrible.
Ooh.
That's just way too. It's like, it hurts my eyes. So obviously
yes.
You shouldn't need to turn this up so much that it hurts your eyes, because again, you need this close. You need the source close to you, especially because we're using this to light up you, and we're using it to put some light on the backdrop.
Did you put the glasses on?
It's going to be all reflecty,
yeah,
I believe.
Bet. Let me just see.
No?
Well, that's interesting. Now there's circles in the glasses.
Yeah, of course there are.
Yeah.
So these are with glasses. You're going to have some problems.
Yeah, that's good for those with glasses. It probably means ring light may not be the jam. You may need to go the softbox route.
Yeah, I mean, the only way to get if you're going to use a ring light to illuminate your face, you're going to have to put it off to the side or put it above and shining down. And then you're going to need a different thing to hold your phone, because my iPhone is being held on a mount that came with the ring light, which is convenient. But if you got the glasses and you want them in your audition, Angela's breaking stuff. All right.
That's it.
Thanks, y'all. Hope you're doing well. Angela's far more ready for the camera than I am, so I'm sorry you had to see this face.
Oh, please.
So disheveled. And we'll see you guys soon.
Happy ring light. Be mighty.